There is one place where a kiss can feel completely different, not because it is some secret trick that works on every woman, but because the meaning behind the kiss can change the entire emotional experience. And most men focus on the lips, the technique, the timing, even how passionate the kiss is. But they often overlook something much more important: where the kiss happens, what the moment feels like, and whether she actually wants that closeness. Because attraction isn't created by touching the right spot like you're pressing a button. Real attraction comes from anticipation, emotional safety, mutual desire, and the feeling that two people are completely present with each other. And there's one area that can make a kiss feel surprisingly intimate for many women: the neck. But before you think this is about some guaranteed technique, slow down. The neck isn't a magic switch. A kiss there won't automatically make someone lose control, fall in love, or become obsessed with you. In fact, if the attraction and consent aren't already there, the exact same kiss can feel uncomfortable instead of romantic. So why can a kiss on the neck feel so powerful in the right situation? Because context changes everything. Imagine you're sitting beside a woman you've been dating. You've already had a great conversation. There's been eye contact. She's laughing. The distance between you has gradually become smaller. Neither of you seems eager to leave. You pause. She looks at you. You move closer slowly enough that she has every opportunity to create distance. She doesn't. You kiss her. And instead of immediately going for another intense kiss, you gently kiss the side of her neck for a brief moment. The psychological difference isn't simply the location. It's the anticipation. It's the vulnerability. It's the fact that the moment feels slower. And that's where most people make the wrong assumption. They think attraction is about doing more. More touching. More kissing. More intensity. More confidence. But sometimes attraction becomes stronger when you understand restraint. A kiss can be powerful because of what happens immediately before it. Think about anticipation. If someone knows exactly what you're going to do every second, there is little emotional uncertainty. But when you move slowly, pay attention to her reactions, and allow the moment to develop naturally, her mind has room to participate. She's not simply receiving an action. She's experiencing a moment. And that's a completely different psychological experience. Here's where things get interesting. The neck is also a relatively vulnerable area of the body. For many people, having someone kiss there can feel more intimate than an ordinary kiss. That doesn't mean every woman enjoys it. Some may love it, some may feel neutral, and some may dislike it completely. Personal preference matters. But when a woman already feels comfortable and attracted to you, a gentle kiss near the neck can sometimes communicate something different from a quick kiss on the lips. It can feel softer, more private, more emotionally charged. And that emotional context is what many people underestimate. Let's say a man named Alex has been dating someone for a few weeks. Their chemistry is obvious, but he has been trying so hard to impress her that every interaction feels slightly rushed. One evening, they sit together after dinner. They talk. She tells him about something personal that happened during her childhood. He listens instead of trying to turn the conversation into flirting. She feels understood. Later, there's a quiet moment. He looks at her. She moves closer. He kisses her gently. Then he pauses. She stays close. Only then does he slowly kiss her near the side of her neck. Notice what made that moment work. It wasn't the neck itself. It was everything that came before it. Trust. Comfort. Timing. Mutual attraction. Emotional connection. And most importantly, her participation. This is where emotional intelligence becomes far more important than technique. If you're constantly trying to figure out the perfect place to touch or kiss a woman, you're missing the bigger question. Is she comfortable? Is she reciprocating? Is she moving closer? Does she seem relaxed? Does she initiate contact too? Is her body language welcoming or hesitant? Those signals matter far more than memorizing some supposedly irresistible move. And there's another detail many people completely overlook. A woman's reaction to physical affection can change depending on how she feels emotionally. The exact same kiss from someone she trusts may feel completely different from the same kiss from someone she barely knows. That's why attraction cannot be reduced to anatomy. Imagine someone you're emotionally connected to gently holding your hand. It can feel incredibly meaningful. Now imagine a stranger doing exactly the same thing. The physical action is similar. The emotional meaning is completely different. That's the principle you need to understand. Physical intimacy is interpreted through emotional context. And that explains why a simple kiss on the neck can sometimes feel surprisingly intense. It can communicate closeness without requiring words. But only when the person receiving it actually wants that closeness. Now pay attention to something even more important. Don't use someone's lack of resistance as your definition of consent. Silence isn't enthusiastic agreement. Freezing isn't agreement. Being unsure isn't agreement. If you're uncertain, slow down and communicate. A simple, natural question can actually increase emotional safety rather than destroy the mood. Is this okay? Or simply pause and allow her to show clear reciprocal interest. Healthy confidence isn't ignoring boundaries. Healthy confidence is being comfortable enough to respect them. And strangely enough, that kind of confidence can make intimacy feel safer and more natural. Because the woman knows she doesn't have to defend herself against your enthusiasm. She knows you are paying attention. She knows you care about her experience, not just your own. That changes everything. Now let's talk about something that can make a kiss on the neck feel especially memorable: anticipation. Imagine you're kissing her and suddenly rush into the next move. There's no pause. No eye contact. No emotional breathing room. Everything happens quickly. Compare that with slowing down. You kiss her. You pull back slightly. You smile. You make eye contact. She smiles back. You wait. Then, if the moment clearly remains mutual, you move closer again. That small pause can create emotional tension. Not manipulation. Not a game. Just anticipation. And anticipation is one reason slow moments can sometimes feel more powerful than dramatic ones. You are giving the brain time to process what is happening. You're allowing the emotion to build naturally. But there's something deeper happening here. A woman may remember how you made her feel more than the exact physical technique you used. Did she feel respected? Did she feel desired without feeling pressured? Did she feel attractive? Did she feel emotionally connected? Did she feel like you were paying attention to her? Those experiences can shape how she remembers the interaction. That's why becoming a better romantic partner isn't about learning a collection of physical tricks. It's about becoming better at reading the person in front of you. Suppose you're kissing someone and she suddenly becomes still. What do? A careless person might assume she wants more. An emotionally intelligent person pauses. Maybe she is nervous. Maybe she is uncertain. Maybe something doesn't feel right. Maybe she simply wants to slow down. You don't need to guess. You can check in. That's maturity. And it protects both people from turning an intimate moment into an uncomfortable one. Now consider the opposite situation. You're kissing, and she moves closer. She initiates another kiss. She touches your arm. She relaxes. She clearly reciprocates. Those are stronger signs of mutual engagement. But even then, don't assume that one form of affection means automatic permission for everything else. Consent is specific and ongoing. A woman can want to kiss you and not want anything beyond that. Respecting that distinction isn't weakness. It's one of the strongest signs of emotional maturity. And this brings us to another psychological element: confidence. Many men think confidence means being aggressive. It doesn't. Real confidence is calm. You don't rush because you're afraid the moment will disappear. You don't force physical contact because you're afraid she'll lose interest. You don't treat every interaction like a test you need to pass. You are present. You pay attention. You allow her to participate. And you understand that attraction is something two people create together. Here's a realistic example. Imagine you're on a date with a woman named Sarah. The conversation is going well. At the end of the evening, you walk together toward her car. You both know there's chemistry. You stop. She looks at you. You ask, "Can I kiss you?" She smiles and says yes. You kiss. Afterward, she stays close. You don't immediately assume that you need to escalate the moment. You simply stay present. Maybe you kiss her again. Maybe you gently kiss her cheek. Maybe, if the mutual comfort is obvious, you kiss near her neck for a moment. Then you pause. She decides whether she wants to continue. That is completely different from someone thinking, I know the secret place, so now I can guarantee her reaction. There is no guarantee. And that's actually good news. Because genuine attraction doesn't need a guarantee. It needs compatibility. It needs choice. It needs mutual desire. It needs trust. Now, there is another reason the neck can feel intimate for some people. It's close to the face, but different from the face. You're entering a more personal physical space without necessarily making the moment aggressively sexual. A gentle kiss there can sometimes feel affectionate, romantic, and vulnerable at the same time. But again, the emotional meaning depends on the relationship. With a long-term partner, it might communicate tenderness. During a new relationship, it might feel exciting and intimate. In another situation, it might feel too forward. The same action can carry completely different meanings. That's why relationship psychology is never as simple as do this and she will react like this. People aren't machines. They have histories, preferences, boundaries, attachment patterns, different experiences with intimacy, different comfort levels, different emotional states. And if you genuinely care about someone, you become curious about their individual preferences instead of trying to force them into a formula. Ask yourself something. Would you rather know a woman has become attracted to you because you discovered her favorite psychological button? Or because she genuinely feels safe, understood, respected, and excited to be close to you? The second one is much more valuable. And it lasts longer. There's also an important difference between seduction and connection. Seduction can focus on creating a moment. Connection focuses on creating a relationship. If you're only thinking about how to make her feel physically excited, you might miss whether she actually feels emotionally comfortable with you. But when physical attraction and emotional connection exist together, intimacy becomes much more natural. You don't have to force the moment. You don't have to calculate every movement. You don't have to perform. You simply respond to each other. That's the kind of confidence people often describe as effortless. But effortless doesn't mean careless. It means you've learned to pay attention. And if you want one practical principle to remember, it's this. Don't focus on finding the perfect place to kiss her. Focus on creating the right moment. A perfect technique used at the wrong time is still the wrong move. A simple kiss used at the right moment can become unforgettable. Think about the difference between these two situations. In the first, a man suddenly pulls a woman toward him without checking whether she wants it. In the second, they have already established mutual attraction, they are comfortable together, they share eye contact, and he moves slowly enough for her to participate. The physical action may be similar. The psychological experience isn't. One feels like something happening to her. The other can feel like something happening between them. That distinction is everything. And if you're watching this because you've been wondering whether a woman is attracted to you, don't obsess over whether she enjoys a particular kiss. Look at the bigger picture. Does she choose to spend time with you? Does she initiate contact? Does she seem comfortable around you? Does she communicate openly? Does she respect your boundaries? Does she allow herself to be vulnerable? Does she make an effort to build the connection? Those behaviors tell you much more than one physical reaction. Because attraction isn't just about chemistry in a moment. It's about patterns over time. And sometimes the most attractive thing you can do is stop trying so hard to prove that you're attractive. Be attentive. Be grounded. Take care of yourself. Develop your own life. Communicate directly. Respect boundaries. Let interest be mutual. And when intimacy happens, don't rush through it like you're trying to reach a destination. Experience it. Notice her. Notice yourself. Let the moment breathe. Because the strongest romantic moments are rarely created by one secret move. They're created when two people feel safe enough to stop thinking about what they're supposed to do and simply be present with each other. So, could a kiss near the neck make a woman feel intense attraction? For some women, absolutely. For others, it may do very little. Some may prefer the cheek. Some may prefer the forehead. Some may love slow kisses. Others may prefer something completely different. There is no universal switch. And that's the lesson most dating advice gets wrong. You don't become irresistible by discovering the secret location on someone's body. You become a better partner by learning the person. Their preferences. Their boundaries. Their emotions. Their pace. Their personality. Their comfort. And when she knows you are paying attention, physical affection can become much more meaningful. So the next time you're close to someone you're attracted to, don't ask yourself, what's the move that will drive her crazy? Ask a better question. Does she want to be close to me right now? That question changes your entire approach. Because when the answer is clearly yes, you don't need manipulation. You don't need tricks. You don't need guarantees. You simply need presence, patience, confidence, and respect. And maybe that's the real secret behind the kiss everyone talks about. It's not the exact place. It's the feeling surrounding it. The anticipation. The trust. The eye contact. The pause. The mutual choice. The feeling that neither person is being rushed. When those things are present, even the simplest kiss can become powerful. So don't chase the perfect technique. Build the kind of connection where intimacy doesn't need to be forced. Because the most unforgettable kiss isn't necessarily the one that makes someone go crazy. It's the one that makes both people feel closer afterward. If you enjoyed this perspective, like the video, subscribe for more relationship psychology and attraction advice, and tell me in the comments, what makes a romantic moment feel genuinely unforgettable to you?